Good morning, everybody. My name is Basavaraj HM, HOD, Department of History, Maharanis Arts College for Women, Mysore, University of Mysore. Today, I will speaking about Voltaire. Like Montesquieu, Voltaire was also popular as one of the political philosophers of France of 18th century. Voltaire was a revolutionary philosopher of France. Voltaire was born in the year 1694 at Paris, the capital city of France, in a middle class family. While Montesquieu came of a rich family, but Voltaire came of a middle class family. His father was a famous lawyer or advocate. Voltaire was a very brilliant student. He was a man of extraordinary brain and fearlessness and enormous energy. He did not care. Voltaire had been impressed by Frederick the Great of Prussia and Catherine II of Russia and civilization of England. Voltaire had good hopes of four cultural events, namely, one is Periclean Athens, second one is Renaissance Italy, third one is Augustine Rome, last one is cultural events of France under Louis XIV. Voltaire lived in Paris, the capital city of France, during the period of Louis XIV. Hence, Voltaire described the age of Louis XIV, who belonged to the Bourbon dynasty of France, as the most enlightened age. Voltaire was given the title of King Voltaire. Voltaire is called the intellectual god of Europe of 18th century. He took the title of progressive philosopher, and he was called the prince of rationalist and nationalist and revolutionist. As a writer and a philosopher, he contributed much towards French society. Voltaire was not only political philosopher and a writer, so he was a political philosopher, writer, literary person, historian, novelist, dramatist, critics and correspondents. As a writer and a philosopher of France, Voltaire wrote more than 70 books. Among them, in that first one, Aeneid. Second one, Candide. Third one is Oedipa. Fourth one is Jair. Fifth one is considered a dictionary. So Voltaire had been impressed by Perrier Bailey's dictionary. Then he wrote dictionary philosophy. The last one is the Lost Letters on the English. Among them, the Lost Letters on the English is the most significant book of Voltaire, because in his famous book, The Lost Letters on the English, Voltaire pointed out that the nobility and Roman Catholic Church in England was not exempt from taxation. Why? The nobles, the clergy, and the Roman Catholic Church did not pay most of the tax to the government. Why? The nobles and clergy and Roman Catholic Church were exempted from paying tax to the government in France. He raised question in his book, The Lost Letters on the English. Voltaire published the history of Charles XII in the year 1731, and he published one more revolutionary bulletin called Philosophical Letters. As a result, he was imprisoned and sent to Bastille, a royal fortress of Paris. According to Macaulay, the pen of Voltaire is very, very terrible and sharp than all the pens of other intellectuals of Europe. Voltaire accepted the ideology and principles of John Locke. As a result, he was a supporter of individual liberty. Voltaire never tolerated injustice. Voltaire fought against injustice, oppressive activities, illegal activities of Roman Catholic Church and maladministration of Bourbon monarchy bravely throughout his life. He condemned maladministration, corruptive administration of Bourbon monarchy, and maladministration of Roman Catholic Church, and illegal activities of priests, bishops, and clergy of France. Because his home was Mecca for hundreds of persons, according to European historians. In this way, he showed religious toleration, because he was a religious tolerator. He hated Roman Catholic Church and its activities. He uttered, worshipped God and be a good man. Be a good man. Voltaire sowed revolutionary seeds among the minds of the people of France. His ideal government was benevolent despotism. Voltaire gave much priority for the establishment of a liberal despotism or a benevolent despotism. As a result, even Napoleon Bonaparte, who was a mythological hero of modern days, had been impressed by ideology and philosophy and liberal despotism of Voltaire. So he continued his theory. Voltaire had no love for democracy and republican government, because he said once, the rule of a single lion is much better than the rule of 100 rats. Voltaire died in the year 1778, but he did not die. Physically he died, but mentally he did not die. His theory, his philosophy, even today continued on the minds of the people of France and the people of other European countries and the world. So this is the theory and life history and the role of Voltaire before the French Revolution of 1789. Thank you.